Hey everybody, welcome to Castle Hives. Brian here. Man, we are in the melt right now. We got snow over this last weekend. Look at this crazy video of the snow. Right now, everything's melting. This whole week we got warm temps, so I have some work to do here today. All right, hey everybody, welcome to Castle Hives. My name's Brian. We are, I think, finally through the winter. We got some crazy weather this last weekend. Look at this. I mean, I think we had 5 inches of snow over the weekend. Now today we are 59 degrees right now. The girls, they are out. So what I'm planning on doing today, okay, I have a little nuke box here. Now, look at this little girl on here already. Now, I want to switch over to Ultra Bee, but I do have some Bee Pro pollen sub. So I'm going to put that in this nuke, give them a place where they can forage, okay? What I'm also going to do is check inside. Now, I got a lot of feedback, and I appreciate everybody's feedback. When I put the Hive Alive Pollen Patties in the hives. What I'm going to do with those is cut them into about 1/3. I gave them too much, okay? I'm going to cut them into just little teeny squares instead of that big long strip and just leave that over the cluster, okay? What I'm also going to do, I have 1-to-1 sugar syrup that I've pre-mixed. There's 10 milliliters of the Hive Alive liquid in each gallon. So that's already pre-mixed. So they're getting their top feeder on. Both of these, going to do the farm colony also, that farm hive. We're through the winter. So going into December, I had 6 colonies. Coming out of the winter, I have 3. That's okay. You know, I'm looking up this year. Last year at this time, I had 0. So, you know, we had some make it through the winter. I'm happy with that. But, let's get into, well, let's get this done here first. I just want to put that dry sub there. Our girls out foraging. So let me get this set, and then we're going to get back and get the pollen patty cut down on those. We're going to check and see what they've taken there. We got a lot to do today, really. So a little bit of work, but a lot on the hives. So let's get this going. Can't wait to get the Ultra Bee. Now, from what I understand, this sub right here has less total protein than the Ultra Bee. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is if they want to forage and they want to get it, they will hit it. If they hit natural sources, they're going to hit those natural sources. But I'm putting this out for them. Boom. That right there. All right. Now, what I'm going to do with this is put this lid on it, and then it's going to get a ratchet strap. All right. So that's good, y'all. Right here. Okay. Let me move the camera over so you can see the front of this already. So what this is going to do is just give them, you know, this little bit of this dry sub, this dry pollen sub, where they can get out on days when they're foraging and, you know, start collecting that pollen. I want them to start brooding up. Apologize for that wind. You know, I know there's some natural sources going to be coming out. You know, I'm looking up at the maple trees here. They're starting to, I bet they're going to pop within another week. They're starting to pull in some pollen though too. If they don't touch this, they don't touch it. But I'm going to leave this out for them. So just so they have this extra little bit in case they need it. So let me get back to the Bee Castle Hive here and let's get the work going there. All right, y'all. This is going to come off. Got a little girl walking right there. Set that right there. Wow. All right, y'all. So look at this. They have taken clear down in there in this Hive Alive fondant. That's awesome. They are still eating on that. Now, not as many. I'll say that there's not as many. Let's get this cracked. Oh my gosh. All right, so you remember the amount of pollen patty that I put in here? All right, look at that right there. They have taken in a week's time over half. I would say they've taken probably 60% of that patty in a 1 week's time. That is amazing. So what I'm going to do now is put that fondant, I'm going to take that off, okay, and they're going to get this circular feeder there. Now, I need to get my bucket so that I can get my bucket feeder on there. I got a couple coming up at me. Didn't use smoke on them this time. That's okay. But let me put this back right here. Wow. I am so impressed with the Hive Alive products. So impressed. I tell you what, I'm putting that back on because this circular feeder isn't going to fit there. I'm going to have to get my bucket feeder going for these girls. That is what I'm going to have to do. So this is going to go back on. Wow, I tell you, I'm going to have to come back to this hive because I got to get that bucket feeder ready. So this hive here isn't going to get syrup right today. And then next I'm going to do also, I got to put my beetle traps in also. So let me clean these girls out of here and get over to the poly hive. Wow, I did not expect them to take that much pollen already from that pollen patty. So let's see what they've done over here. Okay, so this hive, we will see. Oh yeah, the beetles. Look at the beetles in here and in there. Now what I'm going to have to do is get traps in this colony. Yep. Look at those larvae. Look at that larvae right there. Yep. Now this was my fault. This pad that's here, I am not even going to use it. Yep, this was my fault right there. My fault. Yeah, I'll let them clean that up there. I'm going to have to get another patty on this colony. So, you know, those that did tell me, hey Brian, you gotta, you know, you gotta check that, y'all were right. I can smell that Hive Alive in this. They're getting a gallon. This is going to go right on the top there. Okay, so this here, I'm going to scrape what's left of this out, put it in a, man, that wind is coming, put it in a Ziploc, and I'm going to save that. So, you know, like I said, that fondant that's left, it's going to go into a Ziploc bag, and I'm saving it. So this colony here, I'm going to wrap it up. Wind is starting a little bit on me. I got to get my traps out. So When I get the feeder on that colony over there, I'm gonna get my beetle traps out too. I just want to get this switched over, check those patties. This one here, it's good that I did. Everybody you see, you know, I make mistakes here. I show everything though. Thanks to my viewers though, you all told me, check that patty in there with those small hive beetles, and sure enough, I did. I just took it out. So I'm gonna get another little teeny square of the patty in here, and that's gonna be it. So, but they've got that dry sub up there. Let's get to the farmer's colony though too. All right, everybody, we are at the farmer's hive. I am just going to put the top feeder on. I'm going to check that patty also. And so what I think is so cool about this hive here, that top entrance there, they propolized it shut. So how about that? That's bees telling you we don't need that. All right. So this is going to come off. I need an inner cover. Let me see. Well, I'll put this on for now, but I need an inner cover. And this here also is going to come off. There we go. Nice. Now, weather here, it's a little bit overcast. This is the next day after I was at the other hives. I do not have my smoker again. Every time I come out here, I forget my smoker. So when I open this, if they come out, it is what it is. Hive beetle right there. And there's a larvae. So what I'm doing with this is I am cutting this, and they're only going to get part of it. And that is it. That's all they're getting, is that right there. Now, but you see this though, they have chewed up that other patty. Well, they've chewed up most of that patty. Now, this is just going to go on right like that. Okay. Now, I know I'm going to end up making a mess underneath of this, but I want to get this feed on them. So I've got the 1-to-1 here, and feeder there. All right. So for the farmer's hive here, I am just getting that top feeder on. I got to bring an inner cover from the other apiary out. I'll get that in another day or so, but I wanted to get this feed on them right now. Right now is such an important time, and I want them to build up. They have that little bit of that pollen patty left. I cut that in half, but they took, again, this one here, they took probably 2/3 of that patty in 8 days. So really happy with, you know, how much of those patties they've taken. Now, this is going to be one of 2 videos this week. I'm going to try and get the next video out, and I got to get into some pest management here. I'm going to get peppermint in on my hives with the small hive beetle traps so that I start to manage the small hive beetles. Saw 2 in here, 1 larvae. The poly hive, you guys saw that. So, you know, so far, these 3 hives that I have left are going to be building up like mad, and I'm going to be setting them up for when I split them. So, you know, got a lot going on. set aside from the small hive beetles. I'm gonna hit them here with 1 or 2 treatments just to start out the spring with some OA. So I'm gonna get my Lorob's vaporizer out and hit these with, you know, if I can get 3 treatments in them here, I will. So, you know, just to kind of control those mites. But that's what's going on now. You know, they're looking really good. Look at that little girl there. But this hive here is just booming. So really happy with how it came out of the winter time. And yes, I could say we're through the winter. So, you know, right now, you know, I can get my syrup on them. You know, we're just going to keep moving along into this 2022 season. So if you all want to keep, you know, watching, hit that like, subscribe also, you know, helps out. Got a lot of new followers. So this 2022 season is going to be a great season. So y'all take care. I'm going to get inside because we got some weather coming and the girls are going to let me know it in a little bit. So I'm probably going to stand here a second and watch them flying in and out. But y'all take care. Have a good day.